It is episode 204. Welcome into the Bench of Spirit podcast, where we cover the best rivalry in all of sports. I am Jesse Gutierrez, and I represent the side of the San Francisco Giants, who are signing everybody.
And I'm Dave, representing the side of the Dodgers, who made a pretty big splash once again, and probably are going to make another one or two before the offseason is over. So we'll get into it.
Another one or two, huh? Well, I'll tell you what, you didn't get the big ticket names, Adrian Houser and Jason Foley. All right, you missed out.
How do you go from like daily Giants Twitter talking about how like Imai is like the perfect fit? He hates the Dodgers. You know, we have to get Imai, and you end up with Adrian Houser, a guy who didn't pitch at all last year.
That means he's saving his arm for this year. What do you mean?
And Jason Foley, or was it Foley who didn't pitch? One of them didn't pitch.
I think it was Foley who didn't pitch. I will definitely double check it. I did look up some of their stuff. There's a lot of similarities. Where I was gonna maybe put that to later, but we're already in the weeds. Might as well get into it now. Yeah, I'll definitely check into. I'm pretty sure it was Houser who pitched last year. Sorry, I'm gonna have to back away and cough a couple times. I'm a little sick, as you can probably tell.
Don't worry, guys. He sounds bad, but he actually feels a lot worse. So he's good.
A lot worse. I actually don't feel that bad. I sound terrible. 2 days ago, I actually felt kind of bad, but
then the Giants signed Houser, and you immediately you just felt better.
That's basically like Caldo and a 7-Up, dude.
Exactly. And
I don't
Foley
need
to like the cherry on top. Foley,
yes, awesome. Foley's the one who didn't pitch last year, and he's going to be out till mid-season next year, which is a super Farhan move. I don't know if that means this is the end for the bullpen. It could be, which is mildly disappointing. I mean, I'm not sure if they're not going to go after the big ticket guys. I mean, I guess you're just thinking and hoping you're going to have enough in-house. Maybe Reggie Crawford is healing well.
But what big ticket guys are left? On the reliever side, I mean.
That's a good question. I don't think there is really any big ticket. Like, I thought they would go after like a Razel Iglesias, but then again, unless you're going to overpay, maybe he's been with Atlanta for a while and is staying with Atlanta, so you can't really assume that he wanted to leave, or he would sign for less, or especially because Atlanta's going to be so good next year. Like, that's one thing you also have to worry about in the National League is like, for some reason, the Braves were terrible last year. I have no idea why. Like, it's just one of those years. And next year, I think they might be a favorite to win the NL East, and that's a team that can, upset the Dodgers possibly.
They made a bunch of really solid moves, right? Like, they kept Razel Diaz, and then they brought in Robert Suarez, which is a perfect setup guy, or if he closes, whatever. But then they also got Hassan Kim, so you shore up your defense.
Can I say something though about Hassan Kim?
What's up?
Are we at a time where Hassan Kim is a $20 million a year player?
I was gonna say the exact same thing when I saw.
I know it's 1 year.
I'm like,
there's no such thing as a bad 1 year deal apparently, but damn.
And he had like a 4-year deal on the table from the Athletics or somebody. So like his service somebody wanted him. But either way, like, yeah, dude, that's a lot of money, but that's basically the qualifying offer. So it just seems like a lot of money. But either way, I mean, their defense is going to be pretty solid now with that guy there. And then old friend from the Giants, Yamstremski. Did I butcher them? Yamstremski? I butchered that, but Yams. You got
Big Yaz, Mike Yastrzemski. Don't be disrespectful to our guy. All right,
hey, you know what?
You're being mildly disrespectful right now.
I wouldn't have minded if the Dodgers signed him. I think he's a pretty solid dude. Probably a platoon bat.
He's a great fourth outfielder.
Yeah, like if you platoon him with someone, I'm sure it's It's fine.
But if you platoon him when he's the lefty platoon, he's playing almost every day.
And I mean, anything than what Conforto gave us, I would have been fine with. So
That's
the
true.
search continues.
Mike Yastrzemski would be a huge upgrade for
right?
Michael Conforto because he's a little bit better offensively. I mean, potential wise, Conforto is better, but the actual season, Mike Yastrzemski had a little bit better of a year, and he is miles ahead of him defensively. He's a Gold Glove violinist in the corners, in the outfield. So I don't mind them not adding to the outfield and them run it back with. I'm talking about the Giants. Sorry to kind of hop, but I don't mind them, trusting in Drew Gilbert and Matos, Jung-Hoo Lee, and Heliot Ramos again. I just feel like they do need to upgrade one bat and one top of the rotation, a 1, 2, or 3, maybe a high 3 starter. And I think if you run it back with this team, especially having a whole year with Devers, seeing what Bryce Elders has, I don't know. I like our chances. Am I crazy? I could be.
Yeah, I think you're a little crazy. I do think, like you said, the Braves have done some sneaky, really solid moves. Like you said,
they didn't have to do anything.
Yeah, Yaz as your outfielder out there instead of who did they have last year? I forget who their center fielder was that they brought in from Seattle who wasn't that great.
I'm from Seattle.
Yeah, but either way,
well, they have Michael Harris in center and then Acuna in right. I don't know.
So now you put, and I think you also have Profar too, right? I don't know if he's.
Oh, that's right, Profar. So Mike Yastrzemski will be like their fourth guy.
Yeah, unless they put Profar in the infield, which I don't see.
Well, I don't think anyone's signing Osuna, so I think the DH spot's a little open too, where you can kind of rotate.
Yeah, and then all their arms are coming back too. So
yeah, and their infield
be better. Yeah,
dude, Olsen, Ozzy.
Although for some reason they were just terrible last year, right? They had those guys.
I don't know what happened.
They just couldn't hit. So
Sean Murphy catching, like, come on, like that is very strange.
Hey, I had somebody once tell me that they would have taken Sean Murphy over Will Smith. I laughed then. I laugh now because
Well, I just think maybe if you're looking at an 80 grade ass of Sean Murphy, then if you're an ass man, you're gonna go Sean Murphy every time.
Hey, whose ass are you taking? Are you taking the big dumper or are you taking Sean Murphy's?
I don't know, man. Sean Murphy's fanny hits home run, so
I mean, didn't the big dumper just hit like 60? So
no, with Sean Murphy hit a home run with his butt. You haven't seen the video?
Oh.
Come on.
No, I'm pretty sure I know what you're talking about. But
yeah.
All right. So, how excited are you about your moves? Going back to your signings.
Here's the thing. I think they're very good.
What grade are you giving them? A B?
Okay, well, there's a disclaimer on this. The thing is if there's 2 more moves coming, a solid bat and a top of the rotation type guy, I would love another bullpen piece, but it looks like they might be calling it, which I'm not sure if they can. I mean, even re-signing Gregory Santos to a minor league contract. I mean, I still think they're another arm short in the bullpen. If this is all they do in the bullpen, I'd give it a C to D because Foley's not coming back till mid-season. What are we doing here? Oh my gosh, the guy from Cleo, I'm drawing a blank. Sam Hedges. Oh my gosh, I don't know. Whatever. He solid. I'm really excited for him. I don't know if they're making him the closer. I don't understand. Can't understand why Tyler Rogers was just not in your wheelhouse. Such a easy win for them. I don't know. I would say these signings are.
I mean, were you going to pay 37 mil for Rogers?
I think you should have. I think if you put 35 mil in front of him, you would take it because I think you take less money to stay with the Giants. I mean, he's your guy.
I mean, I don't know. You traded him. Maybe he feels a little bit slighted.
No, I think it was like, hey, we're shitty. We're not going to make the playoffs. let's get a couple pieces for you and we'll sign you back.
You know what? He probably is annoyed with you guys because he's like, yeah, you traded me, but you traded me to the worst clubhouse,
The
and you traded me
freaking
to
Mets.
You traded me to a
Yeah.
falling ship. We didn't even make the playoffs. I'm gonna go with Toronto. So
Right. So
and
I give,
Toronto is-
if there's no more moves, C minus. If there's a move in the bullpen, the rotation, and a bat, then I would give these probably like a B. I think these are very solid moves. I think Houser is a great 4-5. If you're expecting Houser, who pitched, I think 10 games last year, 10 or 11 games last year, if you're expecting him to be your 3, I think that's a C minus. It all depends how things end for these. I like the moves; they're good moves. This just can't be it, and then try to pretend that you're competing for a division title, that you're gonna even sniff the Dodgers in. I don't understand. There were so many decent relievers that you could have got. I mean, Devin Williams, Luke Weaver, who just signed with the Mets, Raul Iglesias, Suarez. Damn, they did make top money, but
yeah, I don't think Iglesias was gonna leave, dude. He had an offer from the Dodgers as well, and I think he was, he just loved Atlanta, so I don't think he was gonna go anywhere.
yeah, that's definitely possible. But you know what? If and that's another thing too. We've talked about it on here before. I've talked about it on here before. I don't care. I will not be upset if the Giants ownership is like, we're going to be cheap. We don't want to go close to the luxury tax. We want to be mindful of the luxury tax. If you want to cheap out, I'm fine with it. If you trade for some guys, if you're going to trade and take some risk and dip from your farm system and use these prospects to get better, dude, pocket your money. I don't care. It doesn't matter. Just as long as you're getting better.
Which seems to be the case, right? Because I heard there were some rumors of you guys and the Mariners battling it out for Brendan Donovan, right?
Brendan Donovan and Ketel Marte, apparently.
Yeah.
Obviously, Marte would be amazing, but
he's going to cost you a hefty. He's going to cost you a hefty price.
Is he though? I mean, he's 32,
so.
signed till 37, and is owed about $100 million a year. I mean, not a year, sorry, $100 million left on his deal. I don't think it's going to cost you as much as I think you can.
I don't know, man. The prices seem. I mean, they were saying that the prices seem high for that guy when they were at the winter meetings. So I don't know. Could he ultimately go for less?
Maybe not. Probably. Maybe they're just dangling him to be like, hey, we'll listen, and then they're like, unless we get like a Soto package for them, then we're not doing it. Then it's like, okay, Brendan Donovan, come on down.
But I mean, there's also. I'm sorry. There's also the fact that there was a lot of stuff going on at the end of the season with him and the team. Kind of the relationship was kind of broken a little bit, and I think even Perdomo had to stick up for him. So maybe they do want to trade. The weird thing for me is that they said that they're really interested in Bregman. Why would you trade a younger Ketel Marte just to turn around and sign an older Bregman? I would just keep Marte unless that relationship is really bad.
That's true.
I don't get it.
Yeah, I just, I don't know, man. It's hard to get really excited or really upset on things when you don't know how it's going to end. I don't know. I forgot who I was listening to, what podcast I was listening to, or it might have even been a clip where someone suggested, how awesome would it be if all this free agent stuff was like a secret, and spring training, you found out who signed where.
No,
you just see everyone come out of the tunnel, and
that's so that's stupid.
That would be so awesome.
No, that's so stupid. In every other sport, they get they have a rush of signings and trades or whatever.
I wish that too. You're right,
and I wish that was what baseball was like, instead of getting little 100%. Drops here and there. But
if we're gonna wait, might as well wait for an effing show, dude.
With this new age of leaks and everything, I mean, just now they're talking.
It would be impossible. You're right.
It would be impossible. Everything I see is Marvel and trailer leaks. It would be impossible for this to be under wraps. So
yeah.
No, I wasn't too disappointed with Toronto signing Rogers. Normally says I thought he would have been a very solid bullpen arm for the Dodgers. I mean, he would have been a solid arm for any team, but I mean, their closer is still Hoffman. So, yawn. Unless it's somebody else closing games.
He's not a closer. I don't think Tyler Rogers.
Yeah,
he actually didn't do good in the closer role, but he is he might be one of the best 8th, 7th inning pitchers in baseball. Like I don't know.
I've seen pictures of his arm when he's throwing. It looks so weird. Like the bone is sticking. It just looks really awkward.
Very strange. Very funny.
Very funny.
But if the Giants do the trade for Donovan, they do a trade for Freddie Peralta or Mackenzie Gore, who was rumored to be in trade talks, or there's other guys who are free agents next year, right? I'm mostly blanking a little bit, but if you're trading for some guys who are as good or better than Robbie Ray, I think these are great moves. And then you trade for Brandon Donovan. I think that's a kind of bat that the Giants need. I would prefer Ketel Marte, obviously, because there is more power there. And Marte's a switch hitter, where Donovan's straight lefty, and I think we're gonna be a little too lefty heavy, if that makes sense. But
I mean, in our division, who really has lefties?
I guess you're right. I mean,
I think it's just Blake Snell, Jordan Montgomery, if he's back.
Shit, we don't have.
I don't know if the Padres have
in our rotation. I'm just doing right now. Robbie Ray, stupid.
Okay.
Robbie Ray.
Yeah, he's not facing Robbie Ray. And the Diamondbacks, the Rockies, maybe Freeland. I mean, there's not that many.
That's true.
Lefties,
I mean,
but yeah.
That also puts in the same conversation about being the righty of a platoon. If you're Luis Matos, I think Luis Matos needs to be there out there every day. I think Drew Gilbert needs to be the 4th outfielder. That's a long story. I'm willing to let them kind of run, and if they are struggling that whole situation, then I think you address that at the trade deadline. With someone who's a free agent, it's not going to cost you that much next year. I do think we're short one guy everywhere. Brendan Donovan's not going to cost you that much money wise. Freddie Peralta's not going to cost you that much money wise. And Brendan Donovan, did I say Brendan Donovan at first?
Isn't he only making like $8 million?
Who?
Peralta.
Yes, but he's only 1 year left on the deal.
Well, sure, but I mean, still cheap. So
that's what I'm saying. He's super cheap. 1 year left on the deal. He's not going to cost you that much. I'll say not that much. I'm sure some things are going to hurt, but I don't know. And
speaking of that, I heard someone say, there was a podcast, and they said that Peralta would cost you much more than Skubal.
Oh, is that a John Boy thing? I think I saw that too.
Yeah,
I think they might have been mistaken. They had to have been mistaken because Skubal has like 2 years left on his deal at least. Right? I'm pretty sure
after this one. Well, this is his last year. No, he's a free agent after this year. Is he not?
He had 2 more years on the deal. Am I crazy?
You might be right.
I'm gonna. You can continue your shit talk. I will use the Google machine, and I will and I'll figure this out. Go for it. Keep going.
I forgot what I was talking about, honestly. But yeah, Peralta would be. I mean, it's crazy that they're even talking about trading him when he's such an affordable arm and he's so good, but they just don't want to pay him, I guess.
And I hate to say it like this because it's not true. They could obviously sign guys if they wanted to. The Brewers, but their whole thing is they have to get prospects for guys to survive. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I mean, they just made a deal earlier this week where they gave up 2 guys. They gave up Isaac Collins and Nick Mears, a pretty good solid reliever, and they got the lefty from Kansas City. They got Angel Serpa. So right. I don't know what they see in that guy. It seemed like they gave up, pretty good players for him. But I mean, you're right. That's how they do it. That's how they replenish. They don't really do free agency. They get it, build a roster that way, getting more guys that way. That's what they did with Josh Hader when his time was up. They didn't want to pay him, so let's get some prospects for him.
So Skubal, you are right. Skubal is a free agent after next year. Um, right? Yeah, 26. Yeah, 26.
Yeah, he's a free agent after 26, not 27, right?
Yeah, Freddie Peralta's the same thing. Free
Then
agency
then yeah, that argument makes no sense.
that argument does not make no sense. I thought Skubal had 2 years, but I get it with their. I mean, in a way, because Skubal is going to make a lot of money in this last year of arbitration, where Freddie Peralta um, accepted, I think, an extension early to buy out his arbitration years. Early in his career, so he's gonna be cheaper. But I can't see Freddie Peralta costing more than Tarek Skubal. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy,
Yeah,
but one thing I did want to say before we get off the Giants is I was listening to a lot of Giants podcasts, and we are looking at Giants talk with Alex Pavlovich, the Giants insider, and he was saying that the Giants were apparently being extremely aggressive in trying to make a trade at the trade. I mean, at the winter meetings, it didn't happen, but so it seems like they're gonna make a trade. That's what they're hinting at, like that they're really trying to push trades.
Did they say what they were trading for or who?
No,
or
I mean, I think
no?
things have came out where they want Brendan Donovan. They've been leaked with Freddie Peralta. I don't think they were in the Skubal talks, because I would imagine Skubal is going to cost more. So that's just the route they might be going. I mean, like I said, if you're going to upgrade the team by trades, fine, take risks. I'm cool with that, but don't cry poor and then don't make trades. And this is one comment I wanted to get back to earlier. Is this kind of an effect of maybe guys now? I don't know, because a lot of other teams are signing guys, to more than I thought they would get. I didn't think Suarez was going to get that much.
It's a very interesting offseason, right? Because we see guys like the Mets not really spending big like we thought. I mean, they're spending, just not like we thought. And then you're right. And then we're like, well, are they not spending? But then you see Dustin May getting like 12 or whatever it is with a 20 million option. Like, all right.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know. Maybe. No idea.
That's another thing. I'm sorry. If he's not 30, he's got a lot of time left. Any pitcher can be hurt at any moment. I don't think you can go into, especially a guy who's not necessarily, has an injury history. I don't know. So, if you also have this attitude, you're not going to sign anyone worth anything. No one's going to take, 1-year contracts. It's just not going to happen.
So, I mean, I guess we start talking a little bit of Dodgers now, but I had the same concerns, right, about Skubal. And, I saw everybody else. I was watching podcasts and listening to stuff, and they're like, how can you, if you're a Dodger fan, how can you not want him? Like, you're ridiculous. Like,
you are ridiculous. You are a little ridiculous, though.
Right? These are like first world problems. Like, your problem is like, oh, should we trade for Skubal or not? Like, shut up. Just enjoy it and go for him. And I get that. And at first I was like, well, I mean, they don't want to really give up everything, and the future and all that. And sure, that's one way to look at it. But then after they signed Diaz, which we'll get to in a little bit, Friedman said how some players, now they're worried about their legacy and the mark they're going to leave and all this. And so, I mean, they're still hungry. And then you got to, Ohtani's only here for whatever it is, 7 more years or 8 more years, whatever it is. And you got to maximize those years, right? Like, you got to go for it all those years.
Who's worried about their legacy? I'm a little confused on what you're saying right now.
Well, I mean, he didn't say names, but I'm sure players, they want to repeat. They want to three-peat that, they were the guys that did it. It's huge. So I would, at first I was in the camp like, no, you got to be mindful of the future and all this. But now, after hearing him say those kind of remarks, I'm like, yeah, I mean, maybe just go for it and get as much as you can now. And I mean, if you win, shoot, if there's a world where you win like 4 or 5 and then you don't win for a while, like, nobody would care. Like, you went for it, you dominated the sport for a minute. And so, I'm more on that side now. Would I probably still wouldn't trade for him because our rotation is so good if it can stay healthy that it's not like I don't know how much it improves the team.
Right.
Like I get it. He's the best pitcher in the world, and he's amazing, and he can probably he carry that Tigers team on his own. But I mean, you're adding to a position of strength, so being mindful of that, I'd probably be like, well, let's go trade for an outfielder. But if you just say fuck it, yeah, let's just go get Scooble. So I'm fine either way.
I think you are being mildly ridiculous right now.
Oh, definitely, because
I think
anybody would be like, yeah, fuck yeah, just go get him. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Don't worry about anything else. And yeah, sure, but it's like, I don't know. It's just
there's plenty of moves you can make to free up. You can trade. I mean, I would imagine Sheehan would probably be in the deal for Scooble. And you guys are printing money over there. Who cares?
Right. So, but I mean, the Dodgers did make a move. Besides the Scooble speculation and all that talk, they signed the best closer in the market for the second straight year, man, Edwin Diaz. And when I saw it, I couldn't believe it. I'm like, this has got to be fake. It's got to be like, But then, like, it's the Dodgers. Why wouldn't you believe it? So, yeah, of course. 3-year deal, $69 million. Crazy.
I mean, he's the best reliever on the market. Probably one of the best, if not the best, closer in the league, you could say. I do remember, I am old enough to remember a couple of years ago when the Dodgers eliminated the Mets in the playoffs. There was a lot of posts from Dodger fans that were like, and this might be, I don't remember who it was, but this sounds like a very Dave move. This might be coming at you. Exactly. But I think I saw a bunch of memes that were like, hung the banner of, oh, we had a cool walkout song. Oh, we had a cool walkout song, and laughing at Mets fans. And when you signed Edwin Diaz, all I heard was, oh, can you imagine what it's going to sound like when the trumpets come to Chavez Ravine? Bro, you just made fun of it a couple years ago, and now it's, oh, man, this is going to be amazing.
Believe you me, I tend to try to be very fair when I troll my own team. Some Dodger fans don't like me for it, some, whatever. But I guarantee you that if he blows a save, I will make a sad trumpet meme. Like, no doubt. There's no doubt that would happen. So, but it is cool. It is cool. We don't really have an entrance. We haven't had a guy like that. Johan Duran has a really cool entrance. There's only a select few that have cool entrance. And so it'll be cool to see how they do that. I wish it was a different song or something different that you could call his own in LA. Sure. But, I'm sure we'll be just as excited with Timmy Trumpets. So, yeah, I mean, everybody would do that. I mean, everybody loves Shohei, and the minute he signed, with the Dodgers, everybody all of a sudden was public enemy number one. So that's just sports.
Everyone talks up Shohei. Let's not go there. We're gonna make this podcast just completely deviate, and there's gonna be an issue here.
But I mean, we just skimmed over, the signing. Obviously, Scott is going to be much better than he was last year. So those two alone, that's pretty nice, right? Going from Scott, and the fact that they're both on opposite sides. You got a lefty and then you got a righty coming at you. So should be a good duo. Hopefully, I mean, relief pitchers
and
are
you
volatile,
got Trident too.
Yeah, and relief pitchers are just so volatile. You never know what you're gonna get from year to year. So hopefully he's okay. But I mean, you still have Vesia and you have good names there. I do think they could probably use another arm, but we'll see. Did you cry a little inside when you saw that the Dodgers signed another star?
I couldn't. I mean, it was like when I saw it, I was like, of course they did. Like at this point, it's like, okay, yeah, might as well sign Thanos. I saw a post, someone was like, the Dodgers just signed Jesus Christ to a 10-year deal. Yeah, that makes sense. It just, you got to expect it now.
What?
Can I say something about this this Norm Lee comment? Because normally you're my guy, but they're worried about their titles. What other team would they go to get to be more set up for a title? I don't understand.
No, I don't think he says that they want to leave. He's just saying
But
like,
why?
hey man,
What I'm saying is like, what do you mean?
I don't know if
They're
they're
worried?
worried either, but it's like, hey, this is our best chance to just keep it
Because
going.
that's what you were
Let's keep
saying.
it going.
It was like, oh, people are worried about their legacy. People are the only thing I can see that people are saying, maybe like the Kevin Durant comparison, that whole thing with the Warriors. Like, are you going to say that about Blake Snell and maybe some of the guys on the pitching staff? Maybe you can make that argument. Maybe. I mean,
But
I
it's
think
crazy because it's
not crazy, but it's not.
It
the
is
same
crazy
thing.
because it's not like people act like it's a sure thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right. You're right. It's not a sure thing. You got a $500 million payroll, and you've won the division for the past 12 years, -1 or 15 years.
I still don't see your point. I don't see your point.
What do you mean you don't see the point?
You don't think baseball
You
don't think of baseball as a crapshoot come playoff time?
Not necessarily. I wouldn't say crapshoot. You're gonna tell me that the Reds had a legitimate chance against the Dodgers that year?
At the beginning of those playoffs, did you see our bullpen? I think they gave up so Snell comes in and just gives up like 2 runs.
What you guys did was like, fuck it, we'll just have Tyler Glass now at the bullpen because there's only 3 games in this thing.
Well, that was later, but you're asking me about the Reds, and the Reds were like destroyed our bullpen. So, I mean, did they have a chance? They had a chance. There was legit Dodger fans out there that were worried we were going to get bounced by the Reds.
That is literally like the craziest thing ever. Maybe because listen, it's your team. I understand you could just get nervous about things and be unreasonable. Nobody in baseball was thinking maybe the Reds might pull this out. There's no way.
Probably not, but everybody was hoping, right? So,
whatever. Of course, I know I was.
Yeah, I think I was more scared of the Phillies than anybody else. I
gotta be honest with you. I thought the Phillies was the World Series, and I honestly was surprised that the Blue Jays had the Dodgers on the ropes as much as they did.
I think
I thought it was going to be an easy win.
Yeah, I think that we underrated them significantly.
Right.
Because I thought it was going to be another Brewer situation where it's like, oh yeah, they had a good run, sure. But now they faced a better team, it won't be a contest. And damn, dude, it was a contest and then some. So it was a really, really one of the best World Series.
I remember, being with my family, my wife's family, and they're all Dodger fans. We're watching the World Series, and I was obviously a proud Canadian for those 7 games. And they were like, "Really? You're gonna do that?" And I was like, I saw a tweet the other day which perfectly described how I feel. If the Dodgers somehow were in the World Series against the Taliban, I'm wearing a fucking burqa, or what do you call them? The things?
Yeah, a burqa.
Yeah, burqa. Is that what it's called?
No, but I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
So I will switch sides so hard.
If we were a much, much bigger podcast, that would have got you in some trouble, I think.
It would have got me in trouble?
A little bit. Like this guy's like, I would have been a terrorist.
well,
I would have cosplayed.
I am an 8th Syrian, or Middle Eastern. I'm not sure exactly where, but yes. So mostly Mexican, just a little Syrian or Middle Eastern.
But yeah, I mean,
conflicting reports.
90% of MLB fan bases wanted Dodgers to lose, so whatever.
I
mean, you would have signed. You would have, agreed with anybody who was against this. That's your next
100%.
So yeah, I can understand it.
Exactly. If it was like Charlie Manson, I'd be like, dude, he's not that bad.
What murders?
Yeah, what murder? What murder? Yeah, for sure.
But yeah.
One thing.
Go ahead.
One thing that I'm sorry. I don't know if I don't know how to pronounce your name, and I'm sorry. And you hang out on this show all the time, so I don't want to be disrespectful. So, um, this is one thing I also wanted to talk about a little bit, um, because I completely get it. Sometimes when you're in the bad stretch and people keep talking, but look, listen to the exit velocity and look at the expected balance. It's like, can he just put the damn ball in play? You know, like this guy's getting shifted like crazy. Can you just bunt it for a base hit every once in a while? Like, I don't know. And I think I would imagine
That's what we fell in with Conforto, dude. We had some people be like, "Well, look, he's hitting the ball hard. It's just not falling in." Oh, and then like, well, we need results at some point, dude.
at
You
some
can't
point,
live,
right?
you can't
I'll
live
use that
off of
excuse
like,
too,
oh, yeah,
right? If like Matos, I think was in there. It was like, dude, he's a young player. He's hitting the ball hard. That's the best. That's all you could do. Just hits are going to start coming, and if they never come, it's like, what are we talking about here? Are we going to hang the banner? This guy had the best expected batting average.
Yeah, which is then it's crazy because you wasted a whole season on a guy that was shitty, and then you didn't even put him in the playoffs. Like you didn't let him play at all in the playoffs, and you brought some, so whatever. But yeah, I get it. Get somebody who's solid. I mean, Freeman did say that they're hoping something would line up, or they're hopeful that something is lining up, but we'd have to be patient. And it was a guy that was versatile or something like that. Who could that be? I don't know. Brendan Donovan fits that mold. Cody Bellinger fits the mold. I mean, maybe Bo Bichette fits that mold, that he could play multiple positions. Today, he said that he's willing to play second base. So maybe his market is not as big as he thought it was. To now saying that, like, hey, I'm playing second base. Dodgers, I hope he falls into our laps. You play him at second 1 year. Muncy doesn't come back, you move him over to third. Perfect plan.
I think he has if I'm not, I mean, I don't know, maybe I'm crazy, but I think Bo Bichette doesn't have that crazy good of an arm. Am I crazy?
I don't know. I know his defense is not great at shortstop. I don't know how good he'd be at third.
Yeah, I think he would be more of especially because also too, I mean, technically nowadays I don't think guys care as much. Teams don't care as much, but generally you want your third baseman to slug and hit for some power, where second base you can handle it being the, hit to contact. But I mean, now they're center fielders who hit 30 home runs, so who cares?
Yeah.
So who knows? Man, when we're talking about these signings, what would be if you could have same years and same amount of deal of the guys that have signed, if you could just say, I want that and just transfer it to your team, who would it be?
I don't think there's anybody out there yet. Honestly, I do like. I'm in love with the deal that they gave Diaz. I love it. It's one of those deals where you're like, they always talk about like, hey, well, if he takes a high annual, yearly deal, whatever, and it's short, we'll do it. And it just fell into their laps. It was 3-year deal, $69 million, which I think kind of talks to, if there ever is a lockout, that guys are still going to sign with the teams they want. We're talking millions here. So if it's comparable, I think guys will still sign with the teams they want, as opposed to just chasing a bag and not winning it for a while. You know what I mean? So I don't know. But no, I still hope they sign Bichette. That's a dream. I don't think it'll happen. But I think I like that over anybody else. So that's the one I would trade if he had signed.
Right. Okay. I think mine is, I don't know. I want to lean towards Tyler Rogers, but man, I think we need a good shutdown closer. I would have loved to get Suarez. I would have loved Raziel Iglesias. Man, I would have loved Devin Williams. I think Detroit is doing some good things with their bullpen. I mean, they're doing. They have Jansen, and they also signed. Oh my gosh, who was it?
Finnegan. They brought him back.
Finnegan. There we go.
Yeah. That was one of the guys that when we first talked about free agents, I'm like, hey, mate, that's a cool guy to have in your bullpen. I'd like Finnegan, but yeah, he went back to Detroit.
Yeah. Also bummed that I was putting a lot of stock into oh my gosh, I'm drawing a blank on his name. Pitched for San Diego, pitched for the Reds last year, and re-signed with the Reds.
Oh, Pagan.
Pagan. I was really, really hoping they were going to try to get Pagan. I don't think he was
He
too
signed
much. So.
fast, right? He
Yeah, and
signed
he's
pretty
playing
early.
quick, man.
Yeah.
Come on, you don't think he wants to get out of that fan box into a big stadium with the best catcher in baseball? Come on.
I guess not. And you guys could have also signed Weaver. He just signed today. Yeah, today with
Yeah,
the Mets.
that's
So the
true.
Mets apparently their plan is to convert their bullpen into the Yankees bullpen. So we'll see who they get next. Because yeah.
All right. Well, that makes sense. Okay. The next time.
Hold on. Before
What?
you move on, I did want to get your thoughts on your man crush, who recently signed, and he signed with the Orioles.
Pete Alonso, big
Bad
polar
Pete.
bear.
Yeah.
I'm glad he. I feel like he always kind of killed us. So I'm glad he's in the AL. Gosh, man, that's another team that kind of fell off out of nowhere. I think you put the Orioles in a fresh season. Man,
They need some pitching.
They do need pitching now. That is definitely
Yeah.
true. But I mean, they paid Pete Alonso. They traded for Taylor Ward.
Hey, maybe they get MI. Maybe they surprise everybody and get MI. Be a good fit there.
But shit. But I don't know. I think they need a lot of minor league free agents is what they need, and hopefully a couple guys stick. Man, I don't know, but yeah, I think that. Gosh, what did he be like? 32? 32 to 36.
Alonso?
5-year deal. I don't think that's that bad of a long contract. It's not these 40-year-old deals. That they were giving Trey Turner and freaking Xander Bogaerts,
That's true.
If you're able to stay away from 37 to 40, I think you're probably a pretty good deal.
Yeah, I guess.
Especially
the Mets never even offered him a deal, apparently. That's crazy.
Yeah. That happens. I mean, the Giants did that with Kevin Gausman. Kind of crazy, but,
Yeah, but this is a homegrown guy. This was their guy. It seems really weird.
Kevin Gausman wasn't homegrown, but he found himself back with the Giants. So it's kind of, and he was like the guy in 2020 with the Magic.
So it's kind of the same, but different, but the same.
It's different, but same, but different.
Supposedly, yeah.
But still same. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about this, Norm. Come on, man. I don't think it's that bad. If he's 32 through 36, I don't see it. Pete Alonso hits. He's not like he does have swing and miss, but not as much as Chris Davis. I mean, this is a little crazy.
But I mean, he's going to a bigger. Is it a bigger park? Are they going to bring in the fences? And I could see this. I could see the deal going fine, but I could also see this. Like, he's a home run guy, and if he's not hitting home runs, then what? So I don't know.
Yeah. I think, the Blue Jays have proven they have money and they're willing to spend it. So I think he probably just goes back.
I don't know, man. They're really on Tucker. Like, which is funny though, because they're willing to go this high up for Tucker, but it still hasn't happened yet. So I wonder if he, if he's looking for another deal. I don't know, but
all right, yeah. Let's maybe next week we should probably do our
where does he go?
Maybe our we did the wish list for the free agents. Maybe we should do wish list for trades. But maybe right now, just top of the head, so you're not overthinking or thinking about it too much. Bo Bichette, where's he go?
Shit, Red Sox.
Wow, I see him going back to the Blue Jays. Bregman, where's he go?
That one I have no idea.
There's sidebar. We were going speed round. We're gonna pause the speed round because there's something that's kind of. How have we not heard anything about Bregman? How have we not heard anything about what's the Japanese third baseman?
Murakami.
Was it?
Murakami.
I'm gonna believe you. I'm gonna trust you on that. Murakami. I haven't heard nothing about him.
And
I've heard a little bit about Amai, but nothing
his
too crazy.
Murakami's deadline is next week.
Yeah,
So
and so is the Korean guy. What's his name?
yeah, he's a third baseman too, right? He can play third base and something else. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe we should do this next week, and we should have our predictions of where these guys are going. That way, we can see how awful we are at this.
By that time, we're gonna know. Their thing ends on the 22nd. It's the 17th. All right.
So we just get on Monday.
Murakami, where's he going?
I don't know.
I'm gonna say Seattle. Okay.
Ah, damn it, that's a good one.
Seattle?
Yeah, I don't think he's going to the Yankees. Shit.
You already said it. No, you never know.
I know. But that's a good one. I think he goes Seattle. Perfect.
Bregman,
although they just got Naylor, dude. Why would he go there? That position
Naylor
is
plays first.
And DH. What is Murakami going to play?
Third. He plays third. I mean, he's not a good third baseman. They're saying that he's probably going to have to
first
move.
base.
Yeah.
So I like my pick of the Yankees a little better now because it's more plausible than the Mariners thinking about.
I'm going to go Mariners. I think they're trying to spend. So
all right,
I'm going to go Mariners. Bregman, where are they going?
You first, Bregman. Give me your spot.
I might go with some old sources and go back to Detroit. I think they're ready to spend some money.
I don't know. This isn't gonna happen, but I'm gonna say Phillies.
Yeah, you think they just trade what's his face?
I mean, Bohm has 1 year before he's a free agent, I think. So,
yeah. All right, Amai, where's he going?
I'm gonna get crazy, just like I said. I'm gonna go Orioles.
Okay, Framber Valdez. Oh, sorry, Amai. I think he does go with the Yankees. I'm gonna go Amai Yankees. Framber Valdez.
Framber Valdez will sign with the Giants.
I like that. I'm gonna go that too. I'm gonna double it down just to.
Yeah, I mean, you guys have been looking at big market or pitching or whatever. I think he fits pretty well. He has to go. He doesn't get a lot of swing and miss. You need a good defense and you need a big park. Why not?
Yeah, he's a ground ball guy. The Giants obviously have a type. If you look at Houser and Foley's numbers, it's a bunch of ground balls and missed barrels. That's their thing. Obviously the outfield defense needs to get a little better, but yeah, I'm gonna man.
And then it completely changes your grade because all of a sudden you got the guy, and then those guys are just
man, with how the Giants, I mean, they could just be blowing smoke like they have a couple times in the past couple of years, but it really seeming like they're really not trying to get past the tax threshold, and I think Valdez would dangerously put them close, unless he does some crazy deferrals and that sort of thing. But man, I don't know. That's going to be a little rough. If you're trying to not get too close to that, I'm not sure if I think they're going to more do the trade market, but who knows? Maybe Framber Valdez is like, fuck it, I'm just going to do a 1-year deal. And it's not like the Giants they don't have excuse me, a random reliever that's making 10 or 11 mil they can dump, in a trade to make some space. Like last year, you could have done that with Yastrzemski. You could have done that with Jordan Hicks, which they did with Rafael Devers. The guys who are making a lot of money are the guys that you're holding on to, that you're needing. I mean, Robbie Ray, yeah, he'll clear up 23, 24 million, something like that, but he's your third guy in your rotation. He's a free agent after next year. I mean, you could do the same thing with, I guess you can't. No one's going to take Matt Chapman, Willie Adames contract, or, you don't want to get rid of those guys anyways, and you're not going to want to get rid of Devers. So, I don't know.
Hey, you just have to be really careful with your catcher, man, because, gives up a home run. Valdez doesn't like it.
That's another point brought up by my man Saipong. I think that it's a one-off and he can kind of explain it away. And in a way, because he already has it attached to him, he needs to be on his best behavior. So maybe Framber Framber needs one of those 1-year prove it deals to like really reset.
You and your 1-year prove it deals, dude. No, but look at the
Oh,
market.
I'm sorry. Does that happen? Only 2 times last year with Pete Alonso and Alex Bregman. That happens. All right. People will reset their own market.
If he was to do that, then he'd go back to the Astros. He's not going to go to another. Pete Alonso stayed with his team.
No,
and Bregman,
absolutely not.
Yeah,
you could say that with hitters. You cannot say that with pitchers. If you want to rebuild your market, i.e., Blake Snell, you go to a big ballpark with the giant thick fog Bay Area air that knocks balls down and the best framer in baseball. That's who you go to.
All right. Well, the best framer in baseball is not going to have a job with the ABS system, so that doesn't matter.
I don't think they're going to catch everyone. All right. So he's going to, it might diminish it a little bit, but it's not going to take it away. All right.
Okay. So we have 2 more big free agents. We got a quick guess real quick. Kyle Tucker.
Okay.
Did we talk about him?
Oh, we did not. Kyle Tucker.
Okay. Kyle Tucker. Where is he going?
I think he does. I think he goes to Toronto. I think it's like a sexy little move to just be like, oh, do what if the Dodgers just do it, pay him a high AAV short contract deal. But I also don't want the Dodgers to get better. So fuck them. So I'm going to go Toronto.
Yeah, I say Toronto as well. I think they're willing to spend money, and they're probably willing to give him more than anybody else, honestly. And it's probably the whole year sting. And if they give him the years, I think he goes to Toronto. So,
okay, Ranger Suarez, where's he going?
Damn, nobody's talked about him either.
Nobody.
That seems like a very Arizona move. I think he goes to Arizona. You know, he's not going to cost you that much. Right. Probably affordable. He's a really good lefty. I think he goes to Arizona. They need pitching. So
I'm going to go for the one right answer. And I'm going to go Robert Suarez going to the San Francisco Giants.
Well, Robert Suarez already went to the Braves. So
what did I
don't
say?
know what you're talking about. You said Robert
Ranger Suarez. Sorry. Ranger Suarez. Going to the Giants. I'm going to go.
I was going to say that too because it sounds like a move you'd make. But if I already have Valdez going there, I don't think you get both.
No, there's no. I'm not saying they'll get both. I'm saying I'm gonna give every pitcher to the Giants in hopes they get one of them.
You're just right. Yeah, it's like those.
Yeah, I'm right one time. That's where I'm going.
Yeah, it's like the guys on Twitter that say there's a deal that's going to happen, and then they'll just say, "Oh, it fell apart" when it doesn't. So yeah sure. You're just going to
Zach Gallen, San Francisco Giants. There we go.
Yeah, until it doesn't happen. Yeah.
Who was the other big one that you were talking about? You said there was 2, and you said
Bo Bichette. Where's he going?
We already did Bo Bichette. That was the first one.
Did we? Oh yeah. You're right. I said Red Sox.
I was like, who am I missing right now? Because I do that. I do like sometimes I'm like, there's nobody, and it's like I'm missing fucking Kyle Tucker. So
what is there a big trade that's going to happen before we come back next week?
I hope
before Christmas.
Giants make it. I don't see it happening. I don't know. I think Brendan Donovan. I'm gonna put that into the universe. Before we come back, Brendan Donovan is a San Francisco Giant.
Do you? Okay. Well, let me put it this way instead,
because Brendan Donovan can play left field. He can also play second base. You know, you can move him around a little bit.
Yeah, because there's not a lot of big names out there, right? They already said that Buxton is going to stay. They already said Stephen Kwan is going to stay with the Guardians as well. So, but there is talk of one big superstar that was just traded last year. The Padres are open to anybody apparently, and Mason Miller has been topic of discussion. Do you think he gets traded?
No,
but
unless you're trading for major league ready players who are like, because they did do that, right? So they did, the Juan Soto for the Michael King, and got some relievers, and
Michael King, dude, we forgot about him, by the way.
Oh yeah, Michael King. Where's he going?
Red Sox,
Phillies. I don't know why that just came to my head. So,
but anyways, you were saying they did that a while ago. So yeah, I don't know, but I mean, if the Mets want him, they just lost their closer. They have pretty good talent. They have ready, MLB ready pitchers. So maybe, and there was talk about the Lindor thing was never going to happen, but then the whole Mason Miller, that makes way more sense than a Lindor.
Freddie Freeman for Francisco Lindor, no problem. You didn't see those out there?
Yeah, I saw that one too. Yeah, we talked about that one, but yeah. So, do you think he gets traded? By the way, does Mason Miller get traded before we come back?
0% chance. No, I said 0%.
I'd like to see it just to troll. But
Yeah.
you're probably right. It probably won't happen.
Yeah, I don't see it happening.
Yeah.
Two things I want to say before we get out of here, because we're getting dangerously close to the hour mark. I want to just talk a little bit to the TikTok bots, the Dodgers TikTok bots over on TikTok. Just listen to what you're responding to. We put a clip out last episode that was like, where I'm talking about the Dodgers do deferrals on another level. Let's not pretend that they don't do it on another level. Some of their deferrals are crazy, and they do it for like everybody, right? And in that same clip, I can get it when clips happen. Sometimes it leaves out context where, like, might be just trying to farm some comments or try to get some algorithm, whatever. I get it. But in the same video, I'm like, I'm not saying don't do it. I'm not saying it's a bad thing to do it. I'm just saying let's just acknowledge the fact that the way you guys do deferrals is a little crazy. And then people got on the comments, oh, everyone does deferrals. You're just a hater. Like, oh my gosh, are you saying that they shouldn't do it so they shouldn't try to win? Like, you're responding. I'm not telling you, hey, you have to listen to a full hour podcast or a full hour live stream before you like, that's a little unreasonable. But in that same video, I'm saying what you're saying. Are you saying no? Because I said I'm not saying that. Am I making sense? Am I crazy? Am I the one
crazy? I think you're crazy, and I think everybody who commented on it was right, and you were wrong.
Okay.
And everybody can do deferrals.
I said that as well.
Find yourself a Shohei.
Oh, yeah. Just everyone find yourself a Shohei. Like, he's just grows on trees.
And then pay him $2 million, just $2 million for every year he's, and then worry about the rest later. All right.
Find you a superstar who actually makes $100 million a year on ads and endorsements, because they're just that happens every year. So where you're able to do stuff like that.
Hey, you lost out on him. That's not my fault. All right. You should have made a better pitch. So
he was gonna go to the Dodgers. Like, let's just stop.
I hate when people say that, because he was always gonna go there.
He was always gonna go there.
Kyle Tucker was always gonna go to Toronto, or like, no, that wasn't. Somebody else say that, or whatever. But like,
there's two things that were always gonna happen. Shohei was always going to the Dodgers. Roki Sasaki was always going to the Dodgers.
Well,
Yamamoto was always going to the Dodgers.
Was really, really close to going to the Blue Jays.
Who?
Roki. He said it himself.
Oh.
He said he was really, really, really close.
I was totes ready to go up north a boot.
Yeah.
I was a boot to go out there.
And then, Yamamoto.
Man, I love that poutine.
And Yamamoto stayed up all night debating if he should go to the Dodgers or not. So
the Phillies offered him more money, and there was like, man, I'm gonna go to LA.
Like, Chucks, man, I just decided to go to LA. I'm sorry. What am I gonna do?
They were gonna go. All right, I get it. You want to be with your boy. You want to go. Like, Ohtani's your dude. I think
I could see where Yamamoto is. It's like that because they're inseparable.
And
right?
Roki.
Shohei, but Roki not really. No, he's
each other.
He's really not.
Let's be honest. The Dodgers have been courting Shohei years before he became a free agent. Let's just be real.
Okay, I don't understand what that has to do with Roki. I'm just saying that
it's all intertwined. You get Ohtani. I'm sure if somehow
you could see it with Shohei and Yamamoto. You could see it like they're best friends. Like they're inseparable. I don't see that same relationship with Roki. Sure, he's around them, but like it doesn't feel.
He idolizes Ohtani. Are you kidding me?
I mean, whatever. Obviously, nobody will agree with me, but
thank you. As long as you
manifesting Tucker to LA. By the way, said that thing. Well, we'll see. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of Tucker in LA if it's for a long.
You're not a huge fan of any. All of a sudden, you're like,
if it's a long deal, I don't like it. I don't like it. So
I can't.
I mean, we got a lot of young outfielders coming up pretty soon. So
trade him for freaking. I don't know. I'm even saying this because I really don't want to happen. But
trade all of them for everybody.
just get Scoob. I mean, I that's what I don't get about the Dodgers right now. Like, oh, we don't want to. You don't play them anyway. You just keep signing guys. So what's the point in keeping your guys?
Yes. I am.
That's a
I
good
am. I am doing Bellinger. So apparently, I want them to sign no one.
Are you done?
No,
the answer is yes. So that's a good one. I like that. I wouldn't say that every team does do deferrals. Well, every team that signs actual legit guys. I mean, the Giants are still paying Mark Melanson some deferrals. They're still paying Blake Snell some deferrals. I think
Bonilla still getting deferred, right?
Yeah,
So
it's there's deferrals aren't anything new. It's just the Dodgers have a lot of guys. Usually, like a team will have like 2 to 3 guys on a deal with some deferrals on the team at the moment.
I think it was reported that
Dodgers have like 7.
They've reached
8.
like $1 billion in deferrals now.
Yeah, and that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. It's like every team does.
But what are you saying?
They do it.
But
it's like
what are you
Dodgers
saying?
do it at a crazy level. Validated right there.
But they have to pay it, right? So they're gonna pay it.
I'm not saying that they're not
so
paying
then what are we talking about? What are we annoyed about? Because
I'm not annoyed by it. I'm just saying you guys do deferrals at a crazy level. So yeah, people make fun of you for doing deferrals. That's the obvious tag that always happens. You know, anything the Dodgers do, anything. It's just deferred.
The advantage isn't deferrals. The advantage is Ohtani. If Ohtani didn't exist, these deferrals
Ohtani
are not
contract.
Yeah, exactly.
Contract.
So stop making it seem like deferrals are the thing. Like it's because Ohtani was able to do that. If Ohtani never signed with us, then everybody else that were signed, nobody would care. Nobody would care about deferrals. It would never be brought up. It's just because it's Ohtani and he's one of a kind.
If they
that's
didn't
an outrageous amount that he deferred.
If Ohtani didn't sign there and they did the same thing with deferrals with everyone else, I think they would still.
I don't think so.
Tag. Maybe not. Maybe you're right, because the Ohtani deferral setup is the craziest deferral of all time.
That's the one that's basically that allows everything else. So,
because just for reference, if someone gets paid $30 million a year, like that's their AAV, $30 million a year, they usually will defer maybe 5-10 a year, take it away from every year. Ohtani is making $70 a year AAV, but is taking home $2 million a year. So $68 million a year is deferred.
So
that's why
instead of crying about,
I want to be honest with you, it is a little. Teoscar's is kind of funny because it's a 1-year deal.
That was the previous one. Yeah, that was the previous one.
Yes, the previous one, the first one. That's another one that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, so he's getting paid now for a new one, but that one's going to get paid later on, which is crazy. But
yeah.
You know what? Instead of crying about these deferrals about Ohtani, why don't we praise him for being such a team guy? Who else would give up 68?
Yeah.
Let's
praise him to be like, he needed all this help. He said, you know what? I can't do this shit on my own. I still need you to sign Blake Snell, Tanner Scott too, because I don't want to face the guy because he's the only person in the world can get me out, but he can't get anybody else out. I still need you to bring my boys in Yamamoto and Roki Sasaki. Tyler Glasnow needs you to trade for him. Did I say Blake Snell already? Blake Snell. And you know what? I need you to bring in Edwin Diaz too, because I'm so scared I can't do things.
So basically, what you just said is he's a 3-way player. He's an awesome pitcher. He's an amazing hitter, and he's a great GM.
And he's a beggar.
He's the best GM in the league.
He is a beggar
because he found a way to get
all
these players
for billionaires team. Because he is one.
Because he found a way to get all these players on his team without breaking any rules. He's
for billionaires because he is one, and
without breaking any rules, winning back to back, and getting all these fan bases up in arms. The guy is an all time, just all time. Can't be mad at it. Can't be mad at it.
He's a bitch, and I'm 8, and I'm gonna whip his ass. lastly, one thing I do want to say, dude, WBC's coming up. We get a root for the same team until they get knocked out. Then we both have to go for rooting for the USA.
Yeah, everybody's gonna be like, "Why aren't you rooting for USA?" But yeah, we're gonna root for. I'm gonna be rooting for Austin Barnes if he's on the Mexico team. But yeah, we'll
I
see.
just bought my Randy Arozarena Mexico jersey from eBay. Came in the other day.
Is he on the team this year?
Oh, he must be. He has to be.
Yeah, I can't. He better bring back the boots.
Yeah,
bring back the boots. But yeah,
it's just a little tight on your boy. Your boy has a little bit of work to do before February before it happens. So we're gonna make it happen. We're gonna make it work.
Hey, by the way, if you are tired of rooting for your team, Jim Bowden has the perfect solution, dude. So if you're tired,
just bounce around.
Since you've been, so mad about the Dodgers deferrals, that you're so up in arms and creating havoc in TikTok because you hate the Dodgers deferrals. Why don't you just do what Jim Bowden says and become a Dodger fan?
Just become a Dodger fan. Just completely become a weasel snitch of a rat.
Whoever you've rooted for and dedicated your whole life to rooting for, just stop. Just stop on a dime and just be a Dodger fan, man. Enjoy it because they have the best odds to make it to a World Series. They might win another one, a three-peat. Then you can celebrate. Like, come on, dude. And if you get tired of that, then just go back to your other team when they start being
bounce
good.
Around. Just be a front runner. Basically, be a snitch ass, trick ass bitch. That's what it's telling you to be.
One of the worst pieces of advice.
That
don't anybody's ever given.
No one will ever respect you ever in life. So, I don't say. I feel like there shouldn't. I mean, I don't think there. I don't care what the reason is. You become a fan of a team. Just don't change. Like I'm not a fan. I only watch baseball. I'm basketball casual. But if I were to if I want to get into hockey, back into hockey, I would have to be a Mighty Ducks fan because I loved the movies as a kid. So I was technically a Ducks fan for like a year. And, obviously don't care anymore. But whatever the reason is, just stick with the team.
Hey,
just
I know someone who's a Jets fan and a Clippers fan, man. Thankfully, he loves the Dodgers, but those other two teams, man,
Is that Ernie?
I'm not gonna specify who.
Ernie's been just taking some L's, dude.
We don't even talk about.
Let him have his back-to-backs, dude. The Clippers and the Jets.
We don't even talk basketball anymore. Like that's not a topic at all. I mean, how can you? And it's just so. Yeah, there's some people that are very loyal.
Butthole of LA. Yeah. That's wild.
But for all those people who don't care, just hop on the Dodgers bandwagon. We're happy to have you.
Yeah. Or not. Jump on the Giants bandwagon. Maybe we can get a little bit of more money into the Giants ownership and they can get off welfare and finally sign somebody because they're really struggling now.
Poor billionaires, dude. We need to start a GoFundMe for these guys.
Yes. It's bad. They're down to their last $4 billion. So you
got Dodgers owners buying other teams from other sports, and you got MLB owners crying poor over here. So
yeah, it's insane because the Giants are evaluated at $4 billion. If it's really not making you money, sell the effing team. Like, I don't understand it. If you're like, don't cry poor to me, and then you look at what you could sell the team for. Like, and be like, oh, I'm so over my head. You paid off your stadium and your franchise is worth $4 billion. Cry me a effing river.
But
I don't even care. And it's like, I don't even care if you're going to like, hey, I want to make as much profit as possible. So we're not going to have a huge payroll. Then trade your dudes. At least be like the Brewers and raise a little bit and trade some of your guys when they have value and get major league ready players now and be a good team.
Hey, if there's one thing we know about rich people is that they don't stay rich by losing money and staying in sinking ships, dude. So all these billionaires that are like, we're not making any money. There's no rich guy that's like, I'm just going to stay in this business because it's a business for them. I'm going to stay in this business that's not making me any money.
Fuck
Why?
Off.
Yeah, why? Why would you
Go,
say that? That makes no sense.
I went to the Oracle Park last year. I finally made it back after a couple years, and the concessions are crazy. I mean, it is absolute bunkers. And you're gonna start crying to me about how you couldn't afford Tyler Rogers $35 million for 3 years. Get out of here. Get the F out of here. Like, don't even start with me. Don't start with me, Greg Johnson. Right?
Anyways, I think it's about time we get out.
We're way over. Sorry, we're
a
little over time. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. We got a bunch of you guys in here. Most of you guys are on Twitter, but in the comments from this Twitter thing you're watching is the YouTube. You just click it, hit the subscribe button. Make sure you're following us on Twitter, Benches Cleared P. Make sure you're following us on Instagram, Benches Cleared Podcast, and TikTok, Benches Cleared. We're gonna be doing these lives, man. Hopefully, I think if nothing happens, we might take Christmas week off. But if something happens, we'll maybe try to work a Tuesday pod in or something like that. Because I'm sure you're not going to want to hang out with us on Christmas Day, or Christmas Eve, which is Mexican Christmas, which we will probably be more busy on Christmas Eve than actual Christmas. So maybe we could try to make Tuesday work.
Yeah, if nothing happens, of course, we'll be here. So then what is the Christmas gift you want your MLB team to get you, this free agent trade-wise, before we get out of here?
I mean, if we're going for the head and it's unrealistic, not say unrealistic, but very, very, very unlikely, Ketel Marte.
It'll take Santa for it to happen, that kind of move. So you get Ketel Marte.
Well, all right. Well, if you know your Catholic theology, you know that my man Santa, Saint Nicholas, throws haymakers every once in a while when they say disrespectful things about Jesus. So I don't know, maybe he does that sort of thing. But if not, something more realistic, I would like a trade for Brendan Donovan, a trade for a Freddie Peralta, or a signing of Ranger Suarez, Framber Valdez, or I would even be happy with Zach Gallen. I think there's so much more potential in that tank. I think I would love Amai, but I just don't think that I don't think that's in the cards. I think he's gonna price himself out. So what about you?
I just
not Kyle Tucker or Derek Skubal. They're not good.
Hey man,
enough.
You said unrealistic, right?
Yeah.
Unrealistically, yeah. Give me Derek Skubal. Let's set the baseball world on fire once more and ruin baseball and make everybody unhappy. Make everybody quit. Everybody is gonna stop watching baseball. Right?
Everyone's become a Dodger fan. According to Jim
everybody's
Bowden.
gonna stop watching baseball until the ratings are through the roof when it comes to the World Series. But a more realistic move, I don't know. Give me a left fielder. Give me somebody who can play center and left field. Give me Jarren Duran.
Okay.
Yeah, he's got speed, which we don't have much of. He can play defense, and there you go. It shores up your defense out there, and much better than what Conforto gave you, which should stop being the bar. I'll stop making him the bar. But yeah, I mean, those are two moves that hopefully, let's see if they happen. One will definitely not happen. The other one, probably not either.
You might as well just sign Osuna from the Braves. I mean, he's probably as good as Malcolm Conforto in the outfield and will actually hit for you. So,
yeah, good luck with that. I think it's only the Braves and nobody else.
No one else is going to deal with the headache. And I think they had to just stay with the headache because they're like, we're already paying them, so I don't even care. So, but thank you guys for hanging out. Make sure to subscribe to us. Link is right down below. Please, it helps us grow. We're almost at 1,000. We've been kind of stuck at the 997. So 3 more, you guys. Come on. We'll see you guys next week. Make our Christmas dreams come true. Subscribe.